It says, Gumla para u para leth. A camel for a penny, but there is no penny. Right? You find something that's so cheap. You say, oh my God, it's never been that cheap. But you don't have the money. Budane ittanathiatha. Walls have ears. Be careful where you tell your secrets, right?
Wände haben Ohren. Das ist auf Deutsch.
But in the age of the iPhones and all that, nothing is secret anymore. The next one is, it's a very interesting one, but I mean, you know. Ham Syria or ham compassion. Not only he has bad odor, but he also breaks wind. You know. He continues to behave foolishly. Okay. But I know in the Neo-Aramaic it has, you know, this idea of he stinks and then he breaks winds, and you know what that is. Give your bread to the baker to bake it, though he might eat half of it. Which means, if you cannot do the job, let a master do it. Okay? And we all fall into that habit. Oh no, too expensive. He went and returned one hand at his front and the other at his back. And this really means he did not bring any gift. Okay? It's like this. You're not carrying anything. You know. Now, it's a proverb. How it came to be, I don't know. I sat him on my donkey, he put his hand into my pocket. Okay. Now the next one deals with animals. Well, let me first read it and then. The mule says, my mother is a filly. He does not say, my father is a donkey. In other words, somebody pretends to be other than who he or she is. You know, you say, what family you are or something, and the guy says, well, my uncle was the mayor of the city. You know, but you want to know about you, not about your uncle. There's a variation on this. Amri takawinna mani lebabuch amr khali sustala. They asked the mule, who is your father? He replied, my maternal uncle is a mayor. So it's the same, you know. One pretends to be other than what he is by association. And the last one on the animal. In death, a donkey becomes a mule or a horse. By that you mean, you know, so let's say it was in an accident. You say, oh, this was a horse, not just a donkey. Well, in death, the lowly becomes more important. Human behavior. لها ود حلوية دلبلي لخ ولها ود مريرة دلرق لي. Do not be sweet, lest they swallow you. Do not be bitter, lest they spit you out. Do not be over-solicitous nor disconcerting with others, lest you lose them. Golden mean is always wonderful in your behavior. لكمري ما خلوخ ما اشتيلوخ إلا ما مثلوخ. They don't say, what did you eat and drink to somebody who went to another country and come back. They say, what did you bring? Yeah. When returning from a trip, the family expects a gift. They don't have to say it, Now, I don't think people tell other people, Mom, what did you bring? Maybe the little kids would say that. But it's interesting to know the development of this proverb. Why did it occur? Maybe because in the old days, and I don't know how far, people expected a gift because there was nothing in the village. There was nothing in their houses. They were so poor. And if somebody can travel, that means they can come back with some gifts. You cannot hold, you know what pomegranates are? You cannot hold 2 pomegranates in one hand. The reason I said, of course we can do it. Pomegranates in the Near East are as big as my head. And so when you have 2 of them, you cannot hold them in one hand. Okay? Do not undertake more than you are able to do. That's what this is. مسكينك محكي وكمري لشتو. تأثير كمري بسيمك محكي. The poor man speaks, they say, be quiet. Rich man speaks, they say, how sweet is your word. Wealth can determine how others treat you. محكيتك برماشة لك مطي الشوقة. Talk of the evening does not reach the market. That literally is what it says. What you say tonight, you're going to forget about it tomorrow. Okay? Slayla fakha takhilna ubsiqli al-eidi. He set a trap for others and ensnared him or his hand. And we know what this is. أرحق مني بأنه وقرؤ لي سامنه. Be far away from me, I will love you. Stay close to me, I will despise you. Do not ingratiate yourself with one all the time. Do you have a friend? But don't go to visit them every single day, because you're going to get to them after a while. But, you know, once a month is okay. This is, well, Shadi b'enid yimme tawal. Monkey in the eyes of his mother is beautiful. There is also an Arabic, al-qirdu fi ayni ummihi ghazalun. The monkey in the eyes of his mother is a gazelle. And gazelle is a word that is so much used by poets, because a gazelle is something so beautiful.
It's a proverb about subjectivity.
Yes, exactly. Yes, yes. Yeah. I mean, the beauty in the eyes of the beholder. He broke the pot and went away. One does not take responsibility for the wrong he does, or she does. Shammama wale baricha. A cantaloupe without fragrance. Beauty on the outside, but no substance, appearance, are deceiving. He dug a well and fell into it. In other words, he did something so because, In how dusha la'akhlaqtu kulla. If your friend is honey, do not eat him totally. In other words, don't take advantage of your friend.
We've got the same proverb in Arabic.
Oh yeah. In shatuk maya min ghadabira la talqat abgawa kipa. If you drink water from a well, do not throw a stone in it. إذا ليبخد من ستة مشقلة. The hand which you cannot bite, kiss it. If you cannot beat them, join them. أو بخايك سانال. وكدك ما يتباخى إلا. When living, they despised him. When he has passed away, they shed tears over him. Right? The last one. Il khmara siram aqlafe. He's a donkey who is hobbled. Not only he's a donkey whose feet, whose legs are tied together. So that donkey can't do anything. So that's another way of saying this person is really stupid. Okay? So these are proverbs that come out of sort of a development of a sociolinguistics. They are very short. For example, you know, the one about when he was alive, they didn't like him, and when he was dead. You could talk about this in a very long way, but a proverb sums it up so beautifully. You know, these proverbs are so much part of the life of people of that part of the world, and I'm sure they are the same way here in Germany. But in the Western tradition, proverbs are very secondary. Because in the Western tradition, you are brought to express yourself. But in the Semitic world, you know, beginning from way back from Sumer's time, the idea is to be a circumspect, because you don't want to lose completely the other side. So you use a proverb, you know, because it just gives an idea. And because a proverb is always being repeated, people don't take it personally. See, that's the thing, you know. You don't want to call somebody, you know, you are so stupid, you know. Now, on the other hand, you don't want to say, you know, well, the last one. You don't want to tell somebody else, you know, John is such a stupid person. God, every time I meet with him, he is just ignorant and stupid. You just have one sentence. You say, well, he's a donkey who's hobbled, okay? Everybody understands what that means. But even when other people listen to it, they think of it as a humorous proverb. But they know that what you are saying is, well, this guy doesn't have it up here. And in the Semitic tradition, they are extremely important. You know, the Book of Proverbs are there, you know, for us to look at. You know, and somebody asked me, I mean, in an academic way, why are proverbs so important, and how do they develop? I mean, nobody seems to know why they are more important and they develop to this point in the Semitic tradition. My feeling is because of the nature of the weather and the land where these people, when you want to discuss about something, you don't want to spend so much time in an environment that is so difficult to take. So eventually you decided that, well, maybe we can say the same thing, but by using the proverb. But of course, proverb changes, more or less. But basically, it stays the same. We have no idea. Some of these I have found in ancient Sumerian, Sumer. I have found something similar in Greek of these proverbs. Now, who took what from whom? We don't know. I'm sure now that you have listened to my German brothers and sisters who can go back tonight and say, now let me see. Because I always ask students in my Arabic class that I teach here, when I come with idiomatic expression, I say, do you have something like this? And some of them, no. Because proverbs represent the social fabric of a society that is different. The Semites are all, you know, as we say, Bedouins, people of the desert, you know. So they represent a different way of thinking, you know. So I hope I have, you know, in the smallest possible way, illuminated something about this language. It's called Neo-Aramaic, which is still spoken in the Middle East, in those towns and cities that I mentioned. And here in Münster, we have examples here from Turkey too. What is the future of Neo-Aramaic? You know, I don't know. If you have a German family that moves, I don't know, Lithuania or to the Middle East, the children would be speaking still German, but what happens second and third generation? And as a student of languages, I always feel so emotional when I see a language being disappeared. Because a language is a culture and is a tradition. It's like good food from all over the world. To be able to appreciate Lebanese food, German food, whatever, you are able to appreciate not only the culture, but those people that make that. Even this is changing, because like in the US where I'm coming, it is said that maybe twice a month, families get together for dinner. It's fast food. And I've seen it here, Subway, McDonald's, and all that. You know, this is one village that I don't like. I don't mean Münster, but I mean when they say the world is a small village now. Believe me, you should keep those cultural traits that are part of your life. Proverbs, food. You can always take from others. But without these, this world would be so homogenized, so thinking the same way, that I always joke with my nephews and nieces. I say, you know, I'm so glad I wasn't born 20 years ago. Because you guys have a different view. Now, the world is this iPad, the iPhone. You have no idea what's going on in terms of culture, tradition, and languages. But I can speak about it, I can talk about it, and I'm grateful that I've been given the opportunity to present this, as well as Professor Katan, to listen to a music that is different. You see, he gave you the history of that. And it was made in Turkey. And when he plays it, those who come from that part of the world feel something. Last year I was here when Germany won the cup. So I was staying in the Aramean, you know, which is a seminary. And so the students, seminarians there, gave me the flag because Germany won. So I have it in my apartment. For me, this is something very special. Not because it's football. Because the flag that was given to me represents a love of a group of people that I came to stay with for about 3 months. And they honored me by giving me the flag. So it's in my apartment. When people come, I talk about it, as I'm talking now. Because this is how I come to love and appreciate the people that are different. You know. So, I hope, as I said, you have enjoyed it. I would be happy when we're having some, whatever we're having. If you have any questions, please feel free. I will give you my email. You can write to me. And we don't know where the roads are going, but I always say, for me personally, memories are the most important part of my life. Because in memory, you are part of a culture. You are part of a group. And if you're not there to be with them anymore, you have the memories. The kriyat, right? And there are less times now for memories. If you go to McDonald's, eat there, and then come back, as they often do in the US, and watch TV. By then you're tired, you sleep, you start another day. It's the same thing. Let me end on one note. We talk about memories. I had Benedict there. He took Arabic, Christian Arabic with me last summer. In December, I think, I was going from Washington, D.C. to Michigan to visit my family, my siblings. And I was having coffee in the East Lounge, and I hear a young man talking. And I figured, because as somebody who is interested in languages, I figured this person must be German. And he was wearing a sweater, a nice shirt. It says University of Münster. Mm-hmm. First I said, well, people wear things all the time. They just buy them. And finally I said, I have to talk to him. So I went to this young man and I introduced myself. And he says, my name is Benedict. I told him my name is Shawqi. I said, Benedict. And I, just nonchalantly I said, oh, I had a student at Münster. His name is Benedict. I said, did you go to the University of Münster? He said, yes. I'm in the School of Theology, where he finished, but now he's almost finished with his MD. And I said, what's the name of Benedict? He gave me the name of the other Benedict. Turned out that they are friends. The other Benedict is sitting right there. And that's memories, you see. Because when I came back from Michigan to Washington, D.C., he sent me the picture that we took on the train. And I put it on the bulletin in our department. People couldn't believe it.
Nice.
And the other one was, I met here at a conference a guy named Richard Kimball. And we were talking, and one day Richard says at dinner, Richard says, do you know, he knew because I went to a Jesuit high school in Baghdad before I moved to the US. I said, yeah. He says, I had a teacher by the name of Richard Farrell. I said, yeah. No, he said, do you know a Richard Farrell? I said, yeah, he was my English teacher. He said, after they closed Baghdad College in Baghdad in '67, he was my high school teacher. I couldn't believe it. And what he did, when I came back to the seminary, he calls the priest. And I haven't talked to him. All you have to do is look at me and see how old that I haven't talked to him. But I did. And the first thing he said to me, because he used to teach me English, he said, your English is so beautiful. I said, you were my teacher. But see, this is memories. To me, this was the equivalent of giving me another 10 years. Well, let's enjoy the food. I hope the balcony can...
So, I guess that's it. Now a very good point of closing the official part.